I can't believe the time has finally come. My time has finally come. I've been in school for over 20 years.
Fun part about this intro, I actually had to do the math to figure out how long I've been in school. Hello everyone, I am the SLP Peep and here to wrap up the June Life After School series. I'm going to explain a little bit about my personal experience with life after school. I mean like officially after school because I had life after school after a few instances. I'm here to talk about my personal experience for, quite literally, life after school. So a little bit about me and my school experience. After high school, I went to a 4-year university. After that, I took a year off and I went to another university for my second bachelor's. This one only took me 3 years because units transferred and I didn't know what a post-bac was. Post-bac meaning post-bachelor's, which means I could have done it in 2 years. And then after my second bachelor's, I was kind of forced into a gap year, meaning a year I did not go to school. Link to that video here. I don't think it's here. I think it is here. So after working for a year, I did eventually go to a graduate school. I have since graduated and I am now working. So all of that is a minimum of 9 years of post-high school education. Wow. Now I did have 2 years in between that I could work, but those were very stressful years for their own reasons altogether. As I mentioned in my paperwork video, I think I mentioned it in the paperwork video, I am almost done with my CF. And it was really nice going over that paperwork because a few days later, my supervisor and I started talking about it and I was able to pull up the information and say, hey, here it is, because I had recently done that video. And now we have a date for our last meeting. Update on my student loans. I actually ended up taking out a few minutes worth of that video, partially because it was my personal experience and I wanted to share it here. And the other part being that video was already 10 minutes long. I mentioned about being organized and having a plan. Everyone, meet my binder. Binder! Now if I remember correctly, I think I started out with 18 loans. Click here to figure out what I mean by 18 loans in the student loans video. Yeah, 18 loans sounds about right. By the time this video airs, 10 loans are paid off in full. That means I have 8 loans left to pay off, and unfortunately for me, they are some of the biggest loans. By the way, if you want to see a video of my crazy paying off my student loan strategy, just leave a comment below because binder! By the rate I am going, I should have them mostly paid off in 2 years, and I'm almost positive they will all be paid off within 3 years of graduation. Guess where the majority of my paycheck is currently going? Now self-care. The one I suck at. Well, step 1 to all problems is admitting you have a problem. When I realized I was having trouble in this area, or that self-care was a problem area for me, I needed to take a step back and realize, what did I enjoy doing? I'm one of those crazy people where I can have 3 books started and I won't finish them in the order that I picked them up. Well, now I have a few books lying around, so when I find I have 5 minutes and I want to relax, I can pick up a book. Also, I'm not quite used to reading for fun. I've spent 9 years reading articles, reading books, and having to write a paper about them. There are times when I can dive into a book, enjoy it, and not think, oh, I have to write a research paper about this. And there were times when I don't want to read because it might trigger some academic stress. The point of that, though, is I'm slowly getting into the habit of reading for fun. Also, baking. Okay, so I found out that I can incorporate this with school. Hear me out. My friends and I would have study groups together, and we would like some other people to join us. Well, we kind of bribed them. So I would go to a friend's house. She had a nicer kitchen than I had. I would bake. We would invite some other friends over while they're talking out loud, talking about the study guide, things about classes and whatnot. I would participate by either just listening or putting in my 2 cents while baking. They got to talk about things, I got to hear it, we all ate brownies at the end. Win-win for everyone. Now, as of right now, out of school life, I do bake every now and then. And with that, I'm actually expanding to gardening. One day, hopefully one day, I can bring in things that I grow into things I bake. Something nice about that though is, it's new, it's different. I'm expanding my hobbies, I'm expanding things I like making videos. I never did this before. So why am I calling this my experience now, not during those 1-year gaps? Well, during those 1-year periods of time where I worked and did not go to school, I knew I did not want to be in those jobs. I really did not do stuff for me in those 1-year times. It was mainly working like a machine and paying off student loans at that time. And paying off student loans at that time is nothing like binder. To let people know how crazy life was, getting that 2nd degree, being on break, taking those 1 year off in between school. I recently read a journal entry from about 6 years ago, and I was talking about how I was going to school full time. I worked 3 jobs, and there wasn't much in those journal entries where I said, I did this for me, or I was able to relax by this. It was very much getting stuff done, checking off those boxes, nothing for relaxation or me time. That's one reason why I say self-care is kind of hard for me. I'm not used to it. I'm getting used to it now, but I had 9 years of schooling where I did not. So looking back now to those times while I was in school and those 1-year breaks, and looking at what I'm doing now, I fully recognize and I fully realize that in order to help other people to the fullest or to a good capacity, I have to help myself. There's the analogy of recharging your batteries. That's a really good analogy to have. Sometimes self-care can be something small, like hitting the snooze button in the morning so you can get 5 minutes. That was this morning for me. In order to help other people, you need to help yourself first. The difference between a robot helping and a human helping is the humanity. When you do not take care of yourself, you become more robot. Take care of yourself, become a human again, and then help other people as a human, not a robot. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have an amazing day today, and please remember to be kind to others and even yourself. This is the SLP Peep signing off. Bye. Of higher education. And Rusty, I saw your head go up. At least, I mentioned it in the paperwork. I am almost done with my CF. I am almost done with my CF, and I'm just gonna wait. This is gonna take a moment. Oh, that was just Rosie going on the bed. And you want to follow. Okay, I might just close this door. Someone ate those goodies. And now we have a date for our last meeting. In this area. these things.